Hi, kindergartners, and welcome to another fun day of science with Miss Allen. Yesterday, we started talking all about our brand new classroom pets. Do you remember what they were? We have fish now. Very good. Yesterday, we learned all about our betta fish. We learned some fun facts. We learned some different parts of our betta fish. But today, we are going to focus on our other fish pet, the guppies. Remember, we have a betta fish and it's so beautiful and it has gorgeous colors. But our betta fish are just a little bit different. Yesterday, we talked about all the different parts of a pet fish. We labeled its head. Remember, that's where its brain is. We labeled its eyes. Remember, that's how it sees. Its mouth, so it can eat. Its tail, for it to swim forward and backward. Gills, so our pet fish can breathe. And a fin, to help it steer itself while it's swimming. Now, I just want you to think in your brain. Does this look like our betta fish? No! What do you think those are? Those are our guppies. You got it. What do you already know about pet guppies? Anything? I have to admit to you, I didn't know very much about guppies. All I really knew is that they were really little, and I thought that they lived in ponds. But that's all I knew about guppies. But then I found this fun video that gives us a little bit more information about guppies. So we're going to go ahead and watch it. It doesn't have very much sound, and it doesn't read the facts to you, so I'll be reading the facts out loud to you, so be sure you're listening to see what you can learn about guppies. It's called Guppy Facts. Guppies originate from Barbados, Trinidad, Central America, or South America. Those are all the places that guppies come from. Adult female guppies can grow to maximum 2 to 2.5 inches, so they don't get very big. While adult males can get up to 1.5 inches, so the girls are bigger than the boys. Guppies are live bearers, meaning they give birth to live fry instead of laying eggs. So they don't lay eggs like other fish do. They have live babies. No two guppies are exactly alike, just like us. They come in every single color. So any color you can imagine, that's what a guppy could be. The guppy got its name from Trinidadian ichthyologist. So I think it's the person who found them. Those are all the babies. Guppies have about 2 to 200 guppy fry every month, but usually they only have between 8 and 30. That's a lot of babies. That can be over 360 guppies born in a year by only one fish. Guppies have been deliberately set free in Asian waters to fight the spread of malaria. Malaria is passed on to humans by mosquitoes, but guppies eat mosquitoes, so it stops the spread. And now it says, I hope you learned something about guppies. I know that I sure did. Bye. Awesome. That was a pretty fun and interesting video. I learned a couple things about guppies. What did you learn? I learned that guppies can have lots and lots of babies. I also learned that they can come in any color you can imagine. That is pretty cool. Another fun thing I learned that I like a lot is that they don't lay eggs. They have real live babies right away. Pretty neato. I love our guppies. Today, friends, we are going to be labeling our pet guppies. It has the same parts as our betta fish, but they might look a little bit different. So listen up while I label our pet guppy for us. Do you remember what this part is called where it eats its food? Its mouth. You got it. It doesn't need it to eat. It doesn't need it to talk, but it does need it to eat and to breathe. What are these big, huge things on his head? Those are his eyes. A guppy's eyes are usually pretty big, which is why they're so huge. Guppies need big eyes to see where they're going and to watch for food. Its mouth, its eyes, and its brain are all a part of his head. What does this look like? That's his fin. Our guppy's fins are a lot different than our beta's fins because our beta fins are pretty long and flowy, while the guppy's is usually pretty short. Remember, the fin helps it to swim. What's this part way at the end? His tail. That's another part that helps him to swim. This line here is pointing to the things that help him to breathe. What are those called? Do you remember? His gills. Very good. Something that's interesting about our guppies is some of them are a little bit see-through. So that's why on our picture you can see through to his skeleton. Their skin and their scales can sometimes be clear so you can see all the way through them. Pretty cool. Now that we've labeled our guppy, remember we labeled its mouth, eyes, his head, fin, gills, and his tail. I want you to grab your iPad and head over to Seesaw. We're going to have a seesaw activity that looks almost exactly like the one yesterday, but it's for our guppy. You're going to click on that move button right here with the finger. You're going to label your guppy, fin, mouth, tail, eye, head, gills, and you're going to complete the sentence with your two favorite parts of a guppy. I really like the guppy's gills because you can see kind of through them. So I'm going to finish my sentence. It says, a guppy has, I'm going to write gills. Don't forget to use finger spaces and the sight word and. And I like how they have really big eyes. So I'm going to write gills and eyes. Remember, if you forget how to spell the words, they're on your picture you just labeled. And then I'm going to put a period at the way end. Once you've labeled your guppy and finished your sentence, press check so we can see your hard work. It was so fun learning about guppies with you today. Tomorrow, we are going to be comparing our beta fish pet with our guppy pets to learn what they have that's the same and what's different. So be sure you come back tomorrow. Can't wait to see you. Great work today. Goodbye.